Just last week, we had a huge announcement from Nintendo for the arrival of the Nintendo Switch 2, of which we'll be releasing later this year. And with that in mind, I've been thinking very deeply about some of the games that I personally would like to see arrive to the Nintendo Switch 2 during its life run. And we'll be starting with the very obvious, and the one that was officially announced within that little teaser last week. Yes, of course, I'm talking about Mario Kart 9. We've been waiting a little while for this one. Just 11 years ago, back in 2014, we got the official release of Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. And since then, we haven't really had that much of any mainstream Mario Kart games. Yes, in 2017, Mario Kart 8 did get re-released for the Nintendo Switch under the title of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But I'm not really counting that. I haven't really had many mainstream Mario Karts ever since that 2014 phase. This is one of the biggest ones out there. Mario Kart 9 will be a big one for those that are ready for it. Mario Kart is one of the most popular Mario titles within the Marioverse. Right, the Mario universe has Mario Kart. It's a huge one. But Mario Kart 9 is looking very interesting. The fact that they are adding 24 racers into the game. Yes, 24 racers are available within each circuit, which is double the boost of Mario Kart 8. Only in Mario Kart 8, there are 12 players. 12. Now it's been doubled and gone up to 24 players. Unbelievable. Another thing that's been very controversial with the announcement of Mario Kart 9 is the character design of Donkey Kong. That's the only thing that's gone very controversial with Nintendo's announcement to Mario Kart 9. Just the design of Donkey Kong looks like he's been in a horror movie. Literally, in a horror movie. No joke. Donkey Kong looks like something out of a horror movie. So that's the most controversial and least liked moment of Nintendo's announcement to Mario Kart 9. But either way, I don't care. I'm still going to get it. I'm still going to get Mario Kart 9 when it drops. Hopefully as well, I hope this happens. But hopefully it also drops for the original Nintendo Switch series as well, because I would love to have that happen. But yeah, Mario Kart 8 has been around now since 2014. Of course, re-released for the Nintendo Switch in 2017 with its official launch set. Of course, under the title of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I know it's been very recently in time that obviously they added on the little bonus tracks within the bonus course DLC pack that they added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Obviously, that's been quite pretty recent in time, but other than that, there hasn't been really much of any Mario Kart games, mainstream-wise, since the release of 8. So, I'm kind of happy, mainstream-wise, for the main Nintendo consoles, that it's time for Mario Kart 9 to arrive. Second, and a personal one of mine, a 3D Mario game. The last 3D released Mario game was the Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury that came out on the Switch. Of course, we had the 3D thing. That 3D game was on the Wii U. That was the Wii U's Mario 3D game. And also, Bowser's Fury was a completely new 3D one. I didn't really like it. The only bit of it was 3D World. That was the only good bit about it. Bowser's Fury, just boring and rubbish. So it's about time we had an actual mainstream, full-fledged 3D Mario game that wasn't just boring. So pretty much the only most recent of interesting 3D Mario games was Super Mario Odyssey. So it's been a while since the most liked 3D game. Yeah, in the Mario games, 3D worlds and the 3D gameplay, of course, we've had all sorts of them. But yeah, the most recent of mainstream Mario 3D games that aren't as boring and actually do have a story to tell. We, of course, would include that as Super Mario Odyssey. And that's basically it. Yeah, it's awkward and a good thing. Like, there could be all sorts of different things in mind, but I would definitely love to see a 3D Mario game launching to the Switch too. Maybe not in its launching year, somewhat within its timeline. A 3D Mario game will be absolutely fantastic. Another thing I would personally love to see, and I have been begging for this for so ridiculously long, Tomodachi Life. I have been doing vlogs on this for a long time on this channel. Long time. And we haven't heard anything yet. Tomodachi Life here in the UK has been out now for 11 years, releasing in 2014 for the Nintendo 3DS. And we haven't had anything since in the Tomodachi universe. And yet throughout the entirety of all the Nintendo Directs last year, everyone was begging. 23 and 24, they were begging for Tomodachi to come to the Switch. So hopefully the Switch 2 will be the perfect console to release this Tomodachi Life game too. Because I would love to see another Tomodachi Life game released, because I have been waiting far too long. And it was one of the most loved 3DS games and one of the most popular. Just the vibe of it being like this quirky game where you would have Mii's like living in a life. You can have some fun with them. You can play around. You know, that sort of stuff was absolutely amazing in Tomodachi, and I would love to have it back. Obviously, it seems like they're kind of killing off the Mii's a little. I mean, the only existence of the Mii's for the Switch at this moment in time is only for your PFP, or your profile picture. That's all the Mii's are for. It seems like the Mii's are dying, but we need to keep them alive. Of course, we need to keep them alive. And it would be absolutely perfect to keep these Mii's going with a Tomodachi. Maybe even better, what could be better for Tomodachi, like doing a boost in the like appearance of the Mii's, rather than like being the Mii's as in the Mii's that we know of from like the Wii phase, like boost it up, make it even more realistic. Maybe not like, maybe somewhat similar to like the character style of Switch Sports, maybe, kind of, but in a slightly different way. Like just a little bit more, a bit better than a Switch Sport model of characteristics, like that sort of stuff. I would love to see the Mii's maybe come to life, or perhaps maybe a much more humanoid version of them, and a little bit better than the Switch Sport models. Somewhat similar sort of strategy, perhaps, but just a little bit better visually. Something like that would be absolutely amazing. Bring Tomodachi Life back. We have been begging for it for far too long now, and it needs to come back out. Another one worth seeing is a 2D Mario game. Yes, I know that ever so recently we had the release of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I get that. I understand. But also, yeah, it would be absolutely fantastic to see a new 2D Mario game very soon, somewhat within the Switch 2's lifeline. It won't be exactly straight away, obviously, with it being ever so recent that Bros. Wonder came out to the Switch. Yeah, still seeing a 2D Mario game would be absolutely fantastic on the Switch too. And obviously, that might be just a few years away. Yeah, it's going to be quite a weird idea that they do it straight away. Obviously, they usually take a bit of time to come up with concepts and stuff. But anyway, definitely a 2D Mario game within that Switch 2 game lineups and stuff, it would be absolutely fantastic to see. Next up, and still sticking with the Mario stuff, Super Mario Maker 3. I mean, Mario Maker is the more creative side of the Mario universe. Like, having to make your own levels was something very open when it officially released for the Wii U. It originally came out for the Wii U. Then we had, obviously, out of the Mario Maker game range, we had, obviously, Super Mario Maker 1, which got released for the Wii U, and also got released on the Nintendo 3DS as well. Obviously, for the 3DS version, they called it Super Mario Maker 3D. But, yeah, it was basically just Super Mario Maker 1, but adjusted to get in the 3DS visual effect thing. It was pretty much the same thing, so, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, Nintendo 3DS, of course, had its own little release of Mario Maker 1. Then we had, obviously, Mario Maker 2 come out on the Switch. So, let Switch 2 have Mario Maker 3. People have been wanting Mario Maker 3 and having a lot more open themes. I mean, like, for Mario Maker 2, there was only one specific 3D game mode you could actually play. But it wasn't exactly full-fledged 3D. Yes, it had those, like, sort of 3D effects to it, but it kept it within, like, its 2D base, like, gameplay style thing. Actually making it full-fledged 3D, the 3D modes would be absolutely fantastic when it comes to playing the games in the 3D modes, and obviously 2Ds will just stay the same. Having, like, that more open idea for the creativity of the 3D side of things will be absolutely amazing to Mario Maker 3, and obviously 2D will remain in your 2D modes and stuff like that. Maybe even added to the 2D mode, adding Mario Brothers Wonder to it, because that would be absolutely fantastic. Having some of the quirky styles that happen in that game happen in Mario Maker 3, it would add a lot more concept to it, and I would love something like that to happen. Mario Maker 3, make it happen. Sticking to the Mario franchise, but more focused towards Luigi's Mansion 4. Definitely bring that in. I don't know what they would do for Luigi's Mansion 4, but having Luigi's Mansion 4 would be absolutely fantastic. Make it so much better than 1, 2, and 3. So I know that, like, technically they most recently released basically a remastered version of Luigi's Mansion 2 to the Switch, but I wouldn't really count that as Luigi's Mansion 4. It's still Luigi's Mansion 2. Basically, all it is Luigi's Mansion 2. They literally called it Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. So, yeah. Definitely we need Luigi's Mansion 4. Also probably likely to release to the Switch will be Little Nightmares 3. Little Nightmares 3 will also be releasing for other consoles as well this year, hopefully. I've been waiting for Little Nightmares 3. I'm a huge Little Nightmares fan. I've been a huge fan of it for quite a while now. You know, I just love the storytelling that it does and things like that. Definitely it's worth the wait, considering the fact that they've put in quite a lot more storytelling into Little Nightmares 3, kind of using the concept that they had in the Sound of Nightmares little podcast thing. It would definitely good to have Little Nightmares 3 also on Switch 2. Definitely a game worth having on the Switch 2. Animal Crossing. I'm a pretty good fan of Animal Crossing. Like, just the way that it's like an open life simulator thing. Got a 3D, free roaming style. As much as New Horizons was a pretty good one, like, keep going with, like, sort of similar aspects, you know. Of course, a new mainstream Animal Crossing will definitely be worth it. I mean, Animal Crossing New Horizon came out in its third year of run for the original Switch. Obviously, that released during the COVID lockdowns. New Horizons was extremely popular across the Switch, so having something mainstream Animal Crossing in Switch 2 will definitely boost the popularity to Switch 2. So I'd definitely love to see a new Animal Crossing drop on the Switch 2. Of course, there'll be probably some Legend of Zelda games releasing, so I have to mention that as well. Personally, I'm not really too much of a fan of the Zelda ones, but it's still worth adding to the game list anyway. Other games that will be probably featured, Pokémon. Now, I hate Pokémon. It's not even my favourite at all. But still, personally, I'd see it coming out because a lot of people are fans of Pokemon. Personally, I'm not a fan of Pokemon, but still, it'll probably end up turning up anyway within the gameplay lineups. I don't think I can think of any more games that I haven't listed. If there's any that I didn't feature that you think I should have added in, let me know in the comments down below. And I'm sure to probably do a part 2 on this at some point, including some of the games that you mentioned in the comments. But that's it, and that's all the time I have right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe for more videos. See you all next time. Bye.